U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken told his Chinese counterpart on Sunday that the United States opposed actions by China that have increased tensions across the Taiwan Strait, a senior State Department official said. China claims the island as part of its own territory and views any foreign intervention on Taiwan as interference in its domestic affairs.
US President Joe Biden will warn Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan during a meeting on Sunday that any precipitous actions would not benefit US-Turkish relations and that crises should be avoided, a US official said on Saturday. Erdogan earlier this month ordered 10 envoys, including the US ambassador, to be declared persona non grata for seeking the release of jailed philanthropist Osman, though he later withdrew the threat to expel them.
The Taliban called on the United States and other countries on Saturday to recognize their government in Afghanistan, saying that a failure to do so and the continued freezing of Afghan funds abroad would lead to problems not only for the country but for the world.
Taliban Supreme Leader addressed supporters in the southern city of Kandahar, officials announced Sunday, his first public appearance since taking control of the group in 2006. Akhundzada has been the spiritual chief of the movement since 2016 but has remained a reclusive figure, even after his group seized power in Afghanistan in August.
An explosion near the entrance to the international airport of Yemen's southern port city of Aden has killed at least 12 people, but it was not clear whether the incident was an attack. It was strong and was heard across the city. Nearby residents' windows were smashed. 12 civilians were killed in an explosion in the vicinity of Aden Airport and there are also serious injuries.
The UN Secretary-General urged Sudan's generals on Sunday to reverse their takeover of the country, a day after the tens of thousands of people took to the streets in the largest pro-democracy protest since last week's coup. He expressed concern about violence against protesters on Saturday, calling for perpetrators to be held accountable.
Kuwait followed Saudi Arabia and Bahrain by ordering the Lebanese charged affair to leave the emirate within 2 days over comments made by a Lebanese minister regarding the war in Yemen. Kuwait also recalled its ambassador from Beirut. Information Minister of Lebanon described during a TV program in August the war in Yemen as an aggression by Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. He added that the war in Yemen is absurd and must stop because he is opposed to wars between Arabs.
Lebanon's president said he wants the best relations with Saudi Arabia, looking to heal a rift with the kingdom after it expelled Beirut's envoy and banned Lebanese imports in a diplomatic spat adding to Lebanon's economic crisis.
US President Joe Biden met with German Chancellor Angela Merkel and discussed efforts to keep Russia from manipulating natural gas flows with political aims in mind, said. Russian gas export flows are being closely watched at a time when gas prices in Europe are soaring as the global economy recovers from the pandemic while inventories remain low.
Iran's civil defense chief accused Israel and the United States of being the likely culprits behind a cyber attack which disrupted gasoline sales across the Islamic Republic, but said investigation was yet to be completed.
Leaders of the world's 20 major economies have approved a global agreement that will see the profits of large businesses taxed at least 15%. It follows concern that multinational companies are rerouting their profits through low-tax jurisdictions. The pact was agreed by all the leaders attending the G20 summit in Rome. Thousands of people took to street to protest and demand steps for climate crisis.
Opposition alliance Pakistan Democratic Movement is holding a rally in Indira Ghazi Khan today with a focus on protesting the rising inflation in the country. On October 22, the opposition alliance had kicked off its protest drives against the recent price hikes in the country. Protest rallies were held in major cities like Lahore, Karachi, Peshawar and others.
Pakistan has lost 11 lives to the coronavirus. According to NCOC, 733 new infections were detected. The positivity rate was recorded 1.52% in the 24 hours.
Amid ongoing protests by opposition parties against price hike and rising unemployment in the country, Prime Minister Imran Khan rejected the Oil and Gas Regulatory Authority proposal to increase petroleum prices and decided to keep them unchanged for the next fortnight. Agri and Finance Ministry had proposed increasing petrol price by 11 rupees and 53 paise per litre.
To break the deadlock over revival of $6 billion extended fund facility, Pakistan and the International Monetary Fund have decided to show some flexibility in their stance on the issue of granting autonomy to the central bank. The sources said the IMF had now shown some flexibility and talks continued on the draft amendments related to the SBP. The Finance Ministry has shared revised proposed amendments on the SBP with the fund, the sources said.
Sugar remained in the limelight on the Karachi commodity markets during the outgoing week. According to the Pakistan Bureau of Statistics, the sweetener is being sold at 120 gram in different cities of Pakistan, including Karachi and Hyderabad. According to the Bureau, sugar is being sold within a range of 90 rupees to 120 rupees per kilogram in different parts of the country.
The National Bank of Pakistan has reported a cyber attack on its servers which has impacted some of the bank's services. However, the state bank said that no financial loss or data breach has been observed.
3 back-to-back victories in the ongoing T20 World Cup, Pakistan grabbed the second position in ICC T20 rankings, pushing India to third slot. According to the latest ranking, following their victory against Afghanistan by 5 wickets, Pakistan are ranked second after England.
A wooden canoe used by the ancient Maya and believed to be over 1,000 years old has turned up in southern Mexico. Officials said, part of archaeological work accompanying the construction of a major new tourist train.